Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. Today, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the GeForce GT 1030 GDDR5 in GTA 5. Now, I have already made a video on the 1030 in GTA 5, but that was a while ago. I'm just retesting this because last time that I tested this card in this game, I didn't provide commentary, you know, and I didn't really test more than one single setting at 1080p. But above everything else, the quality of that video wasn't really that good because I didn't have a capture card, so I had to record it with my phone's camera. Today I'm gonna make a remake of that video and I'm also testing more settings in this video. So yeah, we're running it with a Ryzen 950-900X and 32 gigs of RAM. You'll get the same FPS with something like a Ryzen 3 1200 and 8 gigs of RAM in dual channel. You don't need these specs obviously. So we're gonna go through the settings very quickly. We're playing at 1080p. We're also gonna be testing at 900p and 720p, and these are the high settings. Everything is basically set to high. Post effects is on normal because I don't like those effects, and basically these are like medium settings because this game doesn't have a low settings. As you can see, it's getting quite good FPS, pretty much the same as my previous video. I think in that one some of the settings might have been different, but it was also high settings. Okay, so we just got this car, which is actually an electric. Let's start counting our FPS and let's move away from here. We actually got the cops after us because I stole this car from somebody else, but we should be absolutely fine. Okay, these FPS are really playable. As you can probably tell, you don't really need 60 FPS to play GTA 5 comfortably. The consoles play it at 30, for example, at least the Xbox One and PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, and stuff like that, because the CPUs on those consoles are pretty bad, so they're only good for 30 FPS basically. But as I told you, you can play with the Ryzen 3 1200 and achieve these FPS, and something like a 4th gen i5 4460 should also be able to provide you with averages. Gosh damn it, just watch your mirrors, dude. It should also provide you with averages around 60 FPS, probably more than that actually. I think my brother has an i5 4460, he plays this game at around like 70 FPS average, so that's not enough to bottleneck the 1030 at 1080p resolution. Of course, at lower resolutions, 900p and 720p, it's a different story. We're actually gonna need a beefier CPU than the Ryzen 3 1200 to achieve high frame rates, but at 1080p, oh god, oh boy, okay. But at 1080p, you don't really need that beefy of a CPU if you want 60 FPS average on high settings. It looks great, it runs really well on the 1030, and yeah, maybe it might actually be quite a surprise for some of you because the 1030 isn't really that strong of a card, and many people actually think that GTA 5 is hard to run because, well, it has a big open world, it has good graphics, even compared to some of 2020's games, you know, or 2021's games, which aren't really released yet, so I can't really compare them. But hello Jack, what's up? How are you doing, buddy? Everything alright? Good stuff. But yeah, GTA 5 is very easy to run. You can see it right here, right? Like the 1030 does a fantastic job playing it. It's an old game at this point. It released in 2013 for the consoles and 2015 for the PC. And yeah, it shows that it is a very easy game to run. In fact, no stutters to speak of as well. This is a very great experience. And now we're gonna repeat this test, but at 900p. Alright guys, we're at 1600 by 900, still utilizing the same high settings. I didn't change anything, everything turned off right here. And wow, as you can see, I think this might actually be good for 60 plus average FPS. Not 60 plus all of the time, it will drop from 60 from time to time, but it's still very nice. No, what do you want? Why don't you God bastard, you know, hit and run. Oh boy. Okay, you know what, let's start counting our FPS from here because, well, it won't really make a difference if we start there or here. Oh yeah, starting off great here. Anyways, this is wow, it's it's a very good experience. If you have a 900p monitor with a GT 1030, it's actually gonna perform really well and look really sharp at the same time because it's your native resolution, you know. So yeah, for GTA 5, this is a very, very nice combo. 900p, high settings, and the GT 1030. Again, if you want to achieve these FPS, the same Ryzen 3 1200 and a 4th Gen i5 will do that, as long as you have a dual channel RAM. That's very important, by the way. If you have single channel RAM, you are gimping your PC's performance, so make sure that you have dual channel, and if you don't, upgrade your RAM so you do get that boost in FPS. The last time that I tested dual channel versus single channel in GTA 5, I saw like a 20% improvement coming from single to dual channel RAM. That's 1 stick versus 2 sticks, by the way, so you can quickly look inside of your PC to see if you're running single or dual channel. Anyways, this is very good, you know. 1% lows in the mid 50s, not too bad. We're gonna see very soon how many FPS we get in that very demanding grassy area. Oh my gosh, that was a big jump. Okay, let's visit Jack again, shall we? Right, so mid 50s, low 50s here. Again, as I told you, this is not a 60 plus FPS experience at 900p, but it's close. It's close. If it only drops in grassy areas, I'm gonna be fine with that. Hi Jack, for the like 4th time today, because I made the 760 video today as well. Oh my god. Oh boy. Alright, it didn't explode. Everything is absolutely fine, except for my car, which is kind of broken. You know, it's not a big deal, but yeah, we just lost a couple of more parts here. 68 FPS average, almost touching that magic 69 number there. So if we actually look at the sky for a little bit, we might do it. I usually don't do this in benchmarks, of course, but yeah, there we go. 69 FPS average, 48 1% lows. Very good, guys. And finally, we are at 1280 by 720 resolution using the same high settings or medium settings, depending on how you look at it. As you can see, FPS are touching 100 at times, which is crazy. And you know what? You can actually touch 100 FPS with a Ryzen 3 1200 if you overclock it. So it's not really a hard thing to do. It's gonna be a good experience with that i5 4460, for example, 4th Gen i5. It's not gonna be a GPU bound experience all of the time. The CPU will bottleneck the GPU every now and then. You know, it's not gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be a smooth experience still, as long as you have that dual channel RAM with 8 gigabytes as a minimum. But yeah, you won't be seeing 90 FPS on average like we're seeing right now because of the CPU. And I think this is why a lot of people said that that other video that I made with the 1030 was fake, because usually people with 1030s will have something like a 3rd Gen i3 or something like that, and with a CPU like that one, you won't really reach these frames. Of course, it's hard to even reach 60 FPS average with a 3rd Gen i3 actually. 6th Gen i3 will do that absolutely fine, by the way, with 60 plus FPS, averages around like 70, 80 I believe. But yeah, the 3rd Gen stuff, it just can't really do that. In the next one, I will remember to not hit anybody. Alright guys, I promise you, I promise you. So yeah, so far so good, by the way. 1% lows at 70 and averages at 93. That is insane. Come on, let's go. Okay, there we go. Oh boy, alright, I don't think this car is very good. Now, the game is a lot more pixelated, but if all you want is 60 plus FPS all of the time and you have the CPU power to do so, 720p will do it. You know, at 720p, the 1030 can play this game at high settings with pretty good frames. Jack is back there, by the way. He's like 3 pixels right now and he disappeared. So, well, unfortunately, we couldn't really end the video very well because Jack wasn't with us. But, you know, I don't think that guy likes me anymore for some reason. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Maybe it's because I killed him in the 760 video yesterday. That wasn't one of my brightest moments, but yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, my friends. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, love you all. Bye bye.